Yo guys, so I've got two announcements to make. The first one is check that subscriber count. Look, 955, right? We only need 45 more subscribers. So if you guys haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button just so you can stay updated, because I'm updating twice a week now. One's a weekly forecast and the other one will be some sort of educational video, which you guys might find useful. So yeah, drop that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated on the content that gets released. The second announcement will be that I am running obviously a VIP channel. We caught 310 pips last week, only by placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades in total. So yeah, the links are all in the description regarding that. I've also have a free channel which I run as well, where I send certain analysis here and there to help you guys and to keep updated, to keep you guys updated. Okay, so yeah, everything's all in the description, right? And let's just get straight to the forecast. Okay, so let's just look at gold initially. Very interesting week. I expected gold to start pushing down from this area and then make its way back towards the upside. What ended up happening is that we ended up slowing down just before 1850, and this stuff can happen midweek. You can't really predict exactly what the market's going to do. Maybe the market's not even ready to push above 50 yet, and you can see by this trend line we're sort of creating liquidity for a push above here. Okay, so obviously it was a very, very tough market, but if you caught the retracement and always bought low, you would have managed to catch 200 pips each time. And this is exactly what we caught. We caught both of these moves where price went up here. That was a 200 pip move and then came back down, and then we bought again based on another buy zone of mine, and then price went up another 200 pips. I expected price to push higher, but nope, price then did reverse all the way back down and breaking the previous daily low here, and then ranged on Friday with a big stop hunt. And yeah, so very tough day to trade on Friday. Well done if you made some profit. I ended up again stopped out by a stop hunt, but yeah, it happens. Now we move. Okay, so we have plenty of liquidity around between 1831 and 1840. So I'll be expecting for price, obviously it looks like it's been accumulating here with a stop hunt candle right here. That stop hunt was then retested within that same hour, and now price looks like it's sort of retesting that sweeper candle, and now looks to be pushing up. We're creating some sort of liquidity above 1831. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see price initially start its push up towards this 1840 area, and this is a nice area to look to sell. Obviously we've got trendline confluence. I don't think it will push straight through immediately, just because that we should have some sort of reaction. You could at least catch 30-40 pips on this reaction. Now if buyers step back in, we could get a retest of 1830. If buyers step back in, we could see price start its push above 1850. Okay, and this will collect obviously all of the previous daily highs. We had one here which failed to push above the previous one, and then these are still left untouched and uncleared, whereas all the previous lows have all been cleared out, haven't they? Look, even this one just missed it, but I'm sure we will come back to clear these, because my sentiment is bearish. My confidence, obviously I'm aiming for bearish moves, but we still need to clear some buy side liquidity first. So the initial move is to push back up here. We still have all of this liquidity to fill from 1850 to 1870, which we haven't touched yet. So the initial move, I would like to see price move up first. Once price can get into this zone here, this will be one of my sell zones. I will attempt to sell if we see some bearish pressure, like a sort of reversal pattern that we would end up creating. And then I would like to see price its initial push back down towards 1815. Now, the main reason why price has done this is that it could be waiting towards the end of the month. It could be waiting for NFP to do this sort of move. So you guys may have the right, idea from the start of the week, but, if it takes a long time, a lot of people start to change their bias, and I want people to stick to their bias if it's still intact. Maybe it's taking a lot longer, because I was expecting 1860 to be touched right here, but price never got there. It still started to range for another 2 days, and it could be accumulating for another push up there. Okay, so it may take a while, but stick to the plan if it's still intact. What we could get on the other hand is we could get price push back above 1880 first and then have a push down. So keep an eye on that as well. If price pushes above, I'm still expecting price to enter this area, man. I don't see why it wouldn't. This is obviously my bias. It's still lining up. So I'll be expecting something like this. So our price pushes back up within this area. We could get, you know, a bigger push above 1880 to then push back inside. But yeah, this is the sort of idea I'm going for. And I would like price to continue its push towards the downside. You can see we are sort of in a sort of bearish area, create liquidity there. Let's spike that, start its main liquidation phase to the downside. Now, the other scenario is if this has ended, because this distribution phase could have been from this area, right? We had an expansion, then we had a distribution from all of this, then we had a liquidation to or another expansion phase back down to the downside. And this could be a sort of accumulation phase that we could be creating here with a sort of, you know, move up, move back down here, spike at the lows, move back up, and this could send us even higher. So again, it's all patterns playing in the market. They're just generating liquidity and possibly, you know, playing both sides. So they've liquidated the buyers, they're now accumulating, catching these sellers out, and then they're likely to even push price back up. Okay, so that's my idea on gold. Very consolidated market for a while. So gold has been, you know, just sideways. Okay, so, you know, when you see 30-40 pips, just take the profit off the table, because, you know, you're not going to get no big sort of 200 300 400 pip impulses unless you catch it on the top like this move. But yeah, price is just moving sideways. So I would still see the same, where price moves back down, could even move lower. So if this starts to hold up, we could get our move back down to the downside after our push towards the upside. So that's the main aim I'll be looking for on gold. Let's have a quick look at US30, because I know there's a few people who want to see US30. I knew that this gap had to get filled at some point, and the fact that we were pushing above this area, I was expecting some sort of retest. So I was expecting price to break out, retest, and then make a move. But yeah, US30 is fun in its own way. When it goes, it just literally continued flying from Asian session all the way to US session close. It now filled that gap. So what I'd be expecting is price could initially start, actually continue its way up, right? If what price could do is it could come up to 32.25, 250, sorry. And this would be a sort of area that I'd like to start selling if price gets straight to there to clean up the liquidity that it left. Where's my pencil? Right in this area. So that's one idea. And then this could be a recess of the trend line to sort of move price back up. Now, the second scenario is if you go down to the hour time frame, you can see there's a lot of liquidity left within this candle right in the US session at 3 o'clock when the news was released, right? We could initially slow down at this area, trade back into this whole zone. If we do that, I'd look to sort of buy around about 3100, because this was a, I would say 100. This was a very nice sort of resistance area at the time. Now should be used as support if we like to continue up, right? And this would be a nice area to look to buy to continue the move up, to clear out everything on the left here, because we've got main chunks of liquidity and imbalance over here. Okay, so those are the two sort of scenarios on US30. That's what I'll be looking for. And yeah, if you really enjoyed this video, drop a like, leave a comment if you want to suggest anything else to do. Don't forget to subscribe, and all the links are in the description. It's been Elite Empire FX. Peace out.